Hey, what's up YouTube, here's Zero DBEE, welcome back into another video. Today, like I said in my last video, I'm going to making a reaction video of the new god in Smite and Charybdis, or Charybdis, I don't know how to pronounce her name. But we're going to be watching the trailer for her, so let's see how this goes.
Was a girl who lived in the sea. She's born from the depths. She'll never.
Also, yo, can we please look at the views first of all? What is this? 237,000 views for Smite in a few days. That is huge for Smite. Man, Smite is on the rise, which I really am happy about though. I'm really happy about it. The game is still toxic, but
And every fish, each creature and man who laid eyes on her was
this is sick.
seen again.
Mother, it's only a story, right?
Oh, the reason in my last video I said it was like I thought it was Roman or Greek was because of these scenes. I definitely I honestly, this is like the only thing I've seen about the god. So after this we're gonna try finding out her abilities or something. But I just want to go through the trailer again. Man, that is some ninja level things. The Scylla vibe she's giving, you get me. If you know, you know.
Protect me. And now, your story ends.
Oh, that was so sick. Wait, let's try finding some gameplay of her. Also, oh my god, I'm uploading my last video right now, so sorry if Wi-Fi is very slow. Is there any gameplay of her? Here's the stream of her, but will there be? Yeah, there should be gameplay in the stream. Countdown timer, art show. Oh my god, this month. Best of SPL, Jesus. Item balance, god balance, 8 skins, Chinese jazz, T5. Okay, there she is. Okay. Yeah, sorry if Wi-Fi is very slow right now. I'm literally recording this as I'm uploading the video. Trying to kill two birds with one stone. Okay, come on, buddy. Load faster, please. Buddy.
Every time I watch that, I get chills. I am so excited. Welcome back, Ajax, and welcome, Clumsy. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really excited. We had some amazing things, the Cthulhu skin, but now it's time for some Charybdis.
Now it's time for some Charybdis. Couldn't have said it better myself. So that's Charybdis. There's so much to talk about. Let's just dive right into it with kind of the lore and the theme. Lay it on me. Let's go.
Clumsy, why don't you give a start on the background?
Oh my god, you think I care about the Lord? I'm joking, but like some abilities, please. I want to see some gameplay.
All of her children are monsters, so Charybdis is not anything shocking to her. The dagger.
Sorry for the quality, like I said, like
We were,
actually maybe could I do this, but I'm not sure if it's gonna freaking lag then. I know this video is basically just a shit show right now, but screw it. Expect that from my YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe, just the most unorganized, unprofessional thing you'll ever see, but screw it, we're going in deep. Okay.
initially thinking hunter. We've always wanted a hunter. We had talked about a lot of different ways to realize this.
I want to. Hunter's interesting. Looking for hunter.
Show her battle
Yeah, of course. Man, I'm gonna get better Wi-Fi one day. I promise you guys that. I absolutely promise you guys that.
And we designed the daggers in a way that is referencing tooth from or bone, as if these.
I hate my. Oh my god. This video is such. Okay, you know, screw it. Screw it. Oh no, why did I do this? Sheesh. Well, actually, our abilities start roughly here. 40p. Like I said, this video is a shit show. but I'm here just to react to that. Why not? Professional, not here.
But they do all proc in-hand effects.
Okay, that looks okay. That actually looks solid.
Reduced
So
damage
exciting.
amount.
Yeah, I was gonna get to. I was gonna pull an ellipsis there. So yeah,
Don't scare them like
That's the little passive thing, like that little tree, like 99s popping after basic attacks. Okay, and I'm assuming those will not get effects from items. For example, like they won't get proc by like dominance or hydras.
Yeah, right.
If we go into the passive, which is Raging Tides, we get a little bit of that clarification, where there is the positive effect. Obviously, it is an ability; it's her passive. Where Charybdis actually, just like her father Poseidon, we wanted to have some nods, like we talked about in the closer look blog. She gains Tide with her basic attacks, and in this case, she actually gains attack speed as her Tide increases.
Okay.
And her abilities can spend it in different ways. But as we noted, item damage is reduced by 35% on Charybdis to make sure that the
Wait, so her dad is Poseidon? That's kind of cool, honestly.
procs of her basic attacks aren't too insane. Believe me, at 100%, she was really doing a lot of damage. And it kind of
Yeah, and you saw that. The small ticks also crit. I think I saw that.
being able to buy chins.
Yeah, they did.
Honestly, while an attack speed build is good, and we can talk about that at the end, you can actually go crit and stuff too, and you'll see with the rest of her abilities, it feels pretty strong.
this basic attack hit chain is super awesome. It feels really good.
The burst on this god could be insane just with the basics late game. I'm terrified.
We had a lot to note that.
The 3 dagger toss is just so fun looking. I'm excited. All right, so how about the first ability? How about we talk about Spike Shot?
Go on,
So
go on,
Spike
show it.
Shot is a basic attack stim where Charybdis finally, reveals the maw. It comes out, and she gets to fire
Oh.
spikes from it for a short duration. The basic attacks in this, because these are actually dealing basic attack damage, they're slightly wider and they fire slightly faster, so the projectiles are slightly faster as well. They pass through minions, and on hitting any god or
So it's basically like Jingwei's 2 on steroids, though. Pretty much. I mean, that's how I'm reminding me.
And they're not basic attack damage, and they'll deal extra damage to the god hit as well as anyone in the vicinity.
Okay.
That is super awesome. I can already think of all the different ways that that can be fun to use, like in the jungle, like
The amount of numbers popping up on the screen, Jesus Christ.
And Charybdis has a lot of, has a couple different themes going on here. So we have, of course, we're trying to work in using the monster, right? So we have, like we talked about, her daggers being carved from tooth. This is shooting something more literally, a spike from the monster. But you're also seeing a lot of water mixed in here. So as a
I mean, that makes sense.
a lot of aquatic nods. So you're seeing some watery effects along with this. And you're going to see more of that coming up in future abilities. And this ability, allowing it to pierce through minions is a strong effect for lane clearing and something you might be kind of comparing to someone like Rama, who can pierce through the minions with the basic.
Okay, I see what they're meaning by Rama. Okay, fair enough.
But we
Yeah,
do actually recommend, especially with testing, that you probably the recommended level order is actually the 2, which is coming up next. Because if any enemies do want to, just body block it, it's kind of got like the old on her effect. It will stop on the god, and also to make sure it's not too overpowered, especially with the passive attack speed, it does have minion hit reduction applied.
Knowing Hyras, this god is already overpowered. There's only don't you tell me if it's not too overpowered, buddy.
That actually goes away as it ranks up. So at level 1,
Yeah,
as
it's a
you can
really
see there,
new
it
type
actually
of balance
does 60%
effect.
reduction. Yep.
Got it. Now,
I just heard a cat somewhere in the video, yo. I just heard a cat.
correct me if I'm seeing this right, but this is a duration-based ability, meaning that you get to fire more spikes the more attack speed you have.
Exactly. That's
That's
really
strong.
good point, actually, because even with her passive at early games, that's another reason why we tend not to rank it early. You're not going to be actually doing that much because your attack speed is pretty low. But as you gain items and as you gain more levels, that ability actually becomes way stronger, even without any extra points that are put into it.
That's
Bit of a
super
one-point wonder,
awesome.
you could say.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's move to the second ability. Let's check out Capsize.
Yeah, absolutely. So Capsize, is a little bit of a unique ability where it starts off as a smaller cone, and the more you channel it, the more it actually gains in width. So it's
It kind of reminds me of Tiamat's one, how you charge it up the more shots you get, okay?
like the cone angle
But this
itself.
time it's width instead of the amount.
So absorbing water from the area around her before firing it again from that maw. Enemies hit are applied with a really large but rapidly decaying slow and physical protection debuff. And if you channel for longer, obviously you're getting a longer lifetime and a longer.
Okay, so your 2 into your 1 will shred because you get the debuff as well, and the slow, so making your basic hit like you basically are shooting a pretty much immobile target.
Shoots that debuff effect, but it does take tide. So you can see right here, Pawn turned off his energy cheats.
Oh,
So
tide,
he was
okay.
actually unable to fire any larger than that radius, that width.
And then this is symbolic of Charybdis drinking up the water for all the years, right?
Yeah.
So in this ability,
But that tide is really rapidly going back up. Jesus.
Claw hidden under her cloak is drinking in the water and getting ready to then projectile it out at enemies. This is a really good setup ability. You'll want to use this before you follow up with your basic attacks in many
Yeah,
cases.
yeah.
I would also like to point out that this ability does not hit further than 55 units away. Her basic attacks are in the normal 55 unit range.
Yes, hunters are range, I get that. So having this a little bit closer range is whatever. But for newer players, d- it's a lot of newer players really like to get in close with hunters late game because of the crit. Because the closer you are, the less chance you have of missing as a newer player. So for newer players, I believe this will be very, very easy to use and easy to apply. Like obviously a more experienced hunter, it doesn't matter. He wants to stay away as much as possible, and this could be used more defensively. If someone's trying to chase you down or assassins engaging you, you slow them and then potentially save yourself through killing them afterwards. So we'll see how this. We'll see. I don't know. I don't, if she has even an escape in her kit, which I don't know yet. We'll find out soon. There could be a lot of interesting combos and possibilities with her so far, because so far she is very good at like locking someone down with the slow, and then just bursting them.
Her 1 is the normal 55 unit range, and the 2 is also a little bit shorter than
So fully charged also takes away half your tide. Okay.
that. So she doesn't actually have a long-ranged poke ability on a hunter, which is a very interesting playstyle. You kind of have to get very close, or you have to stay right at that 55 range to play Charybdis optimally. And her
Like
next
I said.
ability doesn't really afford her any range either, but it does complement that type of playstyle in a
Yep,
very
exactly.
interesting and powerful way, and of course in a very satisfying way to those players out there who are wishing that you
The sound effect for that is satisfying.
be just a giant whirlpool. We have something for you ready to go.
Well, why keep
Yes.
teasing them with it? Let's show off Whirlpool for them. Let's let them see the monster, the Whirlpool.
The third ability.
We knew people would want to see a whirlpool. We knew people would want to see more of the monstrous moss. So
Okay.
we kind of designed this ability to be, really highlight those themes as well as give you this feeling that you're all, you've got similar.
Wait, I want to. Does she have movement speed in that? Yeah, she does. Okay, that really reminds me of Pele's like ability where she just charges up and does damage around her and gets movement speed. Obviously, this is like a less cracked version of that, if you get me, but a little bit more wide. So fair enough, and it looks cooler. Yeah, so like a good player could really use a 2 to like keep someone away from them and use the 3 really effectively to get away and gain some distance. And then by the I'm not sure what's the 2's cooldown, but if the 2 could come up again and then just burst them down with your 1.
Approach like AJ was saying, where you are incentivized for going in. So this ability is a toggle ability. You can only toggle it once, however, and it does take tide in doing so.
It
So
takes
it's kind
tide,
of like a
okay.
mix between Pele and Jormungandr, where if Charybdis just uses this ability, she's dealing damage to any.
And a
enemies.
knockup, I didn't even realize that one.
Again, to spend that tide, she moves even faster and does more damage in that area, and does a knock-up effect, which is really integral actually to her gameplay, especially when you're trying to be aggressive.
Yeah, like I mean, it's scary because you burn your escape.
This will be really good for new players because who like really like to get in close and just have their targets like really like slow down. And that could be a very good defensive mechanism because even if an assassin jumps on you, you quickly tree and cancel it, so you knock them back and then you 2 them, so they're slowed, so they can't even gain back the distance they already wasted, because they wasted their engagement, their ability to like their movement ability to engage on you. Then you do the 3, the 2, then you burst them down. That's a solid combo I already see.
Engage, but with that speed boost and the knockup, there's so much potential for.
Like you see here, you basically knock them back, instantly use your 2 so they can't get back to you as quick, and then burst them down as a hunter late game. That's very safe, I think.
Into your enemy with that.
But I wish they showed the slow on moving enemies because I don't know how bad the slow is, if you get me.
Now this is a very powerful movement ability and also a very unique one, and one we kind of wanted to try out in Smite for a long time because of its untargetability. Lets her evade a lot of powerful things. Lets her get out a lot of trouble.
Wait, is she invincible in that while that's happening? Could she just, like, if a Vulcan ults her, could she just go underground and just be perfectly safe? That would be strong if that's the case. I'm not sure. Let's.
But also doesn't move super fast, or go super far or react super quickly. So if your enemies are just prepared and tracking you really well, they'll prepare to ambush you as soon as you exit. But it was just too perfect with this kit and the visuals of being a whirlpool and what type of gameplay would fit with the whirlpool. It all worked together so well on design, visuals, and theme. Like, I'm so glad we were able to bring this aspect of the kit
If she's invincible in that, holy shit, that's strong.
to this goddess. I mean, no people were really looking forward to this kind of visual element, and we wanted to make sure we had a way to honor that.
And to note as well, it's a very potent ability in the fact that you can use this to either engage or disengage. It does have a pretty long window.
Show the ult. Show the ult.
Which is about 0.5 seconds. And during that time, you can stun her out of it. You can stop her from using this ability and try and lock her down. You'll definitely notice that it's not the easiest to just freely escape, but if you're given enough ample opportunity, then you definitely can get away from some serious hits.
Did you mention the warm-up time too?
That's what I was just saying. The 0.5.
Yeah, did you see that? The tower did not target her. Okay, so she's invincible in that. So dodging like a Vulcan ult, it's gonna be very hard to hit that. So she could be very strong against Vulcan, for example.
Because that warm-up time. Sorry, I was still trying to understand what we're talking about the warm-up.
Or like Kukulkan or something along those lines.
Warm-up time is no joke. I've gotten trapped a few times in playtesting, thinking I could get out of things a little too quickly, but the warm-up time, a well-timed CC will prevent you from escaping. And same with if you're too deep in, once you do exit out of that form, someone can save their CC for right when you come out and get you that way too.
Well, you can go underneath player.
I get what they're saying, but that can be said like about any god. It's like saying, oh, Chang'e has immunity, but like a well placed CC will, that can just be said about any god. So.
You cannot go underneath geometry, so that's another big thing. She doesn't have like a leap or a teleport, right? So if you are being ganked and you're in the middle of your lane, you may not be safe just going to your tower.
And she goes through those.
You might have just preferred having like a leap over into the jungle instead.
Okay, that's solid.
Just chasing the Charybdis is actually the simpler approach.
Yeah, but that is super worth noting that, Ymir throws a wall or Odin drops an ult, and if you have that ability up, you can just skulk right out under it.
Yep.
That's nice. That makes her even more safer.
And I agree that it looks super good. Super good.
Show the ult. Show the ult.
But that's awesome. I'm excited about that, and not excited about trying to chase that. But let's get into the ult. Let's check out the Maw Hungers.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to see it again before I go
let's
into it.
Let's do it.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, so
Brings out the Maw.
just like how Charybdis had, that passive that kind of alluded to her father, Poseidon, we wanted to do something very reminiscent, her spiritual sister of Scylla. We wanted to have this similar kind of ability where you do a large chunk of damage, but utilizing this awesome creature of hers. And of course, you can see you've got the killer reset that Scylla has. So Charybdis has that as well. So what's happening here is, Charybdis is really revealing her true nature, being immune and moving faster as well. And she actually has a rectangle component that you can aim as the player, which will push enemies that are caught in that towards the cone, towards the center of the cone. And in that cone, you're going to be dealing a heavy amount of damage and actually stunning as well, which is a different component that Scylla has. But as a hunter, this ability is actually not the easiest to use. We have found in playtesting, and just while designing her, that if you're a long-range mage like Scylla, firing something over a wall is pretty easy. This ability, you can't fire through walls because of that net component. And if you're not careful, the enemy can just sidestep it or beads or Aegis, and then it just fire back at you. So adding that stun component's utility has been very, very helpful. And sometimes using
I fell in love with this god already. Holy shit, that's amazing. Wow, did you see that? A hunter that has a reset like that is huge. Like, this god needs to be shut down early in a fight. Like, early in a fight. Or else she's doing madness. We finally have a hunter that, like, I'm not talking like she can. I'm talking like a level of hunter like Scylla or Kali or Kronos that can literally 1v5. I think. I don't think there's an actual hunter that maybe is there? Yeah, there's not like a proper hunter that can just 1v5, if you get me. Obviously, with a full crit build, any hunter can 1v5. You get what I mean. She could raise to the status of like Scylla, Kronos, Kali, like that level of 1v5s, as you get me. That all is crazy. Obviously, these bots don't have protections, so the damage is ridiculously over exaggerated. I get that. But as a hunter, being able to reset, like that could be your cleanup ability. That literally could be your cleanup. Go in, hit a few basics, deal 2k damage just like that because you're a hunter, and then clean them up. This god's crazy, man. Yo, I am hyped for this god. This god's crazy, boss. Anyhow, okay, this video dragged on for way too long, so thank you guys for watching. I enjoyed. Anyhow, make sure to subscribe. Check out my TikTok. I also stream on Twitch, so check that out from time to time. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the shit show of the video, but holy shit, it was good. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Goodbye.